Welcome to Week 12 NFL Picks. Brothers, last week 11-4. I think that's a very solid week. Some games that we misread for sure. The Falcons, why? I say every time, don't pick the Falcons. And what do? We pick the Falcons. The Chargers, come on, bro. Those are the two games I was very disappointed in. But heading into this week, I've looked at the games, I've seen who's playing, and I really think that there's a chance. At worst, I think we go 12-2 this week. At worst, I think we go 12-2. But there's a high chance that we go 14-0. So without further ado, obviously get ready for Week 12 picks because we're ranked 202nd in the motherfucking world, 118-45. So let's get straight into it, bro. Thursday night football, we got the Bills against the Texans. I just found out that C.J. Stroud is not playing in this game. If he were to be playing in this game, I might have took the Texans, to be honest, because that defense is elite. Even though Davis Mills has been playing pretty solid, to be honest. I've watched the Texans play without Stroud, and Davis Mills, he's been a pretty good backup, bro. I'm not going to lie. But the Bills, they didn't. Davis Mills against the Bills. That's a bar. But the Bills, they've been a better team. I know they lost to the Dolphins. The Dolphins haven't looked terrible as of late. The last two games, they've been playing pretty well. So the Bills going on the road to the Texans. The Ryan Fitzpatrick Bowl, play for both of these teams. I have the Bills coming out on top to win this game, advancing to 8-3. Steelers at the Chicago Bears, the number one team in the NFC North, the Bears. Who would have thought that would be happening right now? Steelers at the Bears, okay. I'm not sure if Aaron Rodgers is playing. I know he has a wrist problem on his left non-throwing hand, so that could be tough for the Steelers. And the Bears are kind of on a run right now. I mean, they're not, blowing teams out, but they're coming in clutch. Caleb Williams in the fourth quarter has been balling like Bo Nix and even J.J. McCarthy in the fourth quarter. But if I'm going to be honest, this game's one of those, I don't know. If Aaron Rodgers plays, I might switch my pick. But right now, to my Alliance brothers in the Chicago Bears, I'm going to take y'all to get this dub over the Steelers. But really, the Steelers really need to win this game because if they lose this game and the Ravens win, they are tied in the AFC North. But I have faith in the Bears. I feel like if the Bears win this game, a lot of people will stop calling them frauds because, they haven't really beat anybody all that great. But the Steelers defense, if they can lock in, this will be a dogfight of a game. The Patriots head to Cincinnati. And honestly, I think this is a trap game for the New England Patriots. No Jamar Chase. Joe Flacco's playing in Cincinnati. I'm not picking them to win. Okay, let me get that out the way first. But I wouldn't be surprised if this was a close game, bro. The Patriots, very good team, one of the best teams in the league. Drake May, leading MVP, number one passer in the league at the most yards. Cool. Jamar Chase is out. Nobody in the world is going to be picking the Bengals to win this game, especially without Chase. Who would? And Joe Burrow hasn't come back yet. So I do think this is going to be a very close game. I don't think the Patriots absolutely blow them out. But I do think the Patriots end up getting that dub and advance to 10-2, becoming the first 10-win team this season. New York Football Giants at the Detroit Lions. Jameis Winston will probably be at the quarterback position, but whether it's Jameis or Jackson Dart, I don't think it matters. The Detroit Lions should handle this game pretty easily. If this game was in New York, I feel like the Giants play really well at home as of recent. They played pretty well this season at the crib. But the Lions going back home, just coming off a tough loss on Sunday Night Football against the Eagles. I feel like this is a game where, once again, they get that offense going again and absolutely kill the Giants offensively and, go for 40 points like they did against the Commanders a few weeks ago. The Lions, this is obviously a must-win game. Currently at 6-4, they are not in the playoff picture, which is a little unfortunate for them because, they're arguably one of the best teams in the NFC, whether they're winning games or not. They're kind of in a similar position as the Chiefs outside of the playoffs, but everybody thinks they belong in the playoffs. But we'll see, bro. The Lions should win this game pretty easily over the Giants. Crazy divisional matchup, Vikings at the Packers. I'm going to be honest right here. If the Vikings lose this game, season's over. They'll be 4-7. Season will be over. The Packers at home. Maybe no Josh Jacobs. Might be getting Jaden Reed back. Maybe Marshawn Lloyd comes back. Pick up Emmanuel Wilson in your fantasies. I don't know, bro. J.J. McCarthy on the road. He has beat the Bears on the road. And he also beat the Lions on the road. So does he get the trifecta and beat the Packers on the road? It's a very possible thing. I'm not going to lie. I can see J.J. McCarthy going in there after a bad week last week and beating the Packers on the road. But I just can't do it. I can't do it because I've been somebody that's been very outspoken about J.J. McCarthy and how I'm not the biggest believer. In the fourth quarter, he plays pretty well, bro. Like, he's a pretty clutch QB, but I don't know. If he would just play a good 4 quarters, they could win a lot more games. But I do think that this game is going to be a lot closer than people think, especially based off the lines. They're minus 300. I don't see the Packers winning by more than a touchdown because that offense has been pretty poop. And J.J. McCarthy's been balling on the road this season. And like I've said in former videos, for him, it's like every other game, he kind of balls out. And this is every other game. So don't be surprised if the Vikings come in and win this game, but give me the Packers. Seahawks at the Titans. Seahawks coming off a tough loss to a divisional rival in the Los Angeles Rams. Titans, didn't look too bad in the fourth quarter last week. Cam Ward had a 94-yard drive. Pretty impressive from his standards. But one thing about this Steelers team is that defense is absolutely insane. This might be one of the best defenses in the league, probably top 5, top 3 defense and offense that Seattle has, which is a recipe for success when you come into this league. And I just think they have more than enough to absolutely blitz this Titans team. Because the Titans, they're not really good at any position, to be honest. Jeffrey Simmons, besides him, it's really tough on that roster. And it's unfortunate for Tennessee fans. But yeah, they're about to be 1-10, and Cam Ward's going to start getting looked at as a bust as the first overall pick. But his number one target is what, Chimmer DK? Like, bro, coming into the season, who the heck knew who that was? But that's besides the point, man. Give me Seattle over Tennessee. This might be the early game of the week. We have a 10 a.m. start, 1 p.m. for you Eastern Standard Time people. You guys know Pacific. Big P's in the chat, yes, sir. Colts at the Chiefs. Okay, hear me out, guys. Hear me out. I thought the Chiefs were going to win last week. Colts are coming off a bye, and they're headed to Arrowhead. Not a far trip from Indiana. Not a super far trip. But if I'm going to be honest, bro, like, this is Patrick Mahomes we're talking about. And this is a must-win game for the Chiefs. A must-win game for the Chiefs. For the Colts, this is a test game. Like, if we can go into Arrowhead and get this win, we're legit. And that's very valid. But the Chiefs, this is a must-win game for your, season. You lose this, you go to 5-6, bro. The Ravens probably win this week, and then they'll be 6-5. The Steelers will be 6-5. They'll both be ahead of y'all. So this is a must-win game for the Chiefs, and I'm putting my money on Patrick Mahomes. I don't gamble, but if I did, I would put my money on Patrick Mahomes because Patty Mahomes is really that guy, bro, and I just don't see them losing at home. But if they do, their season's over. It's that simple. Chiefs fans, if you guys lose, your season's over. If the Colts win, we're looking at the Colts super different. Like, we're putting the Colts as one of the best teams in the league, even though they've already been up there. But yeah, the Chiefs, you got to win this game, bro. Like, Patty Mahomes, you got to win this game if you guys want to make the playoffs. And I feel like he knows that. I think everybody in that building knows that. It's a well-coached team. They got veteran leadership on both sides of the ball, and the head coach and the offensive and defensive coordinator. So, honestly, this is a must-win game. If they can stop Jonathan Taylor and rush the passer and get to Daniel Jones, they should win this game very easily. Tyrod Taylor and the Jets head to Baltimore to face the Ravens. Justin Fields got benched, unfortunately. And I'm really not expecting a whole lot out of the Jets, if I'm going to be honest. Like, the Jets, they're not a very good football team. The Ravens are fighting for their playoff life. A win and a Steelers loss, they will be, I think, the number 1 team in that division. I don't think they've lost anybody in that division yet, so they should be number 1 after this week, and it'll be their 5th straight win. Lamar's got to play better than he did last week because he played a Browns team that has a good defense, but Lamar's got to play better. Derrick Henry's got to run for 100 yards this game. I think this is the type of game where they get their offense back on track and, put up like 40 points. But we'll see, man. The Jets definitely fight, even though they're the underdogs in every single game. They fight to the end. But I'd be a fool to not take the Ravens over the Jets in this game. We have another toilet bowl this week. Browns at the Raiders. Okay, this is my upset of the week. It's not really an upset since both teams are pretty terrible, but this is my upset of the week, man. After watching the Raiders play last night and the Browns play this week, one thing that the Browns have is that the Browns are much better defensively. Like, even though the Browns are terrible, Geno Smith and that offense is still going to struggle against that defense. Myles Garrett and against that offensive line, he might have another 4-sack game. Shedeur, it's perfect timing, chat. It's perfect timing. Shedeur Sanders is going to get his first career start and his first career NFL win over the team that should have drafted him in the Las Vegas Raiders. Give me the Browns over the Raiders, man, literally because the Browns have a good defense and the Raiders don't really do anything very well. Brock Bowers might go off. Gentry 6 carries for 7 yards, bro. That O-line is not showing him any love. So give me the Browns over the Las Vegas Raiders. I think this game is a lot harder to pick than people think. The thing says 86 to 14%. The Jags are a team that beat, good teams. That's what it seems like. But then they fall to teams that they shouldn't lose to. Like, they lost to the Texans when they shouldn't have. They've lost to other teams when they shouldn't have. And now they play a Cardinals team that, do put up a lot of offense. Jacoby threw the ball 57 times last week and had 47 completions. He had over 450 yards. Michael Wilson had 14 catches. Like, bro, the Cardinals can win this game. The Cardinals can win this game. The Jags gotta win this game. They gotta win this game. No need for the Cardinals to win this game. Honestly, if I'm the Cardinals, I'm losing this game on purpose. It's to an AFC opponent. I want a better draft pick next year. Is Kyler Murray gonna be here? We could trade him for some more draft picks. So yeah, bro. As long as they don't draft a Josh Rosen again, they'll be straight. But I gotta take the Jags. Don't be surprised once again if the Cardinals somehow pull this game off. Just because I'm not confident in the Jags. The Jags I'm not confident in. The Chargers I'm not confident in. Falcons not a team I'm confident in. So it's tough, bro. But give me the Jags just because they're supposed to win this game. I'm not gonna lie. I'm a little worried about this game as an Eagles fan. Okay, and here's why. First off, obviously our offense hasn't been playing super well. Second off, I can't remember the last time we beat Dallas in both games. I mean, maybe we did it last year, but it doesn't happen that often. I'm gonna be for real. Dak Prescott kills the NFC East, bro. More times than not, he has a winning record against the NFC East each season. And we beat them week 1. Now we play them again in Dallas. And more times than not, we win at home, they win at home. So even though we're a much better team and Dallas's defense stinks, there's still a chance that they can come out and just put up 40 on us. I know our defense has been insane. But CeeDee Lamb and George Pickens, that's a tough out every single week. Javonte Williams has been running the ball really well. But our defense is pretty freaking good. I really do hope that our offense can pick it up against this defense. The D tackles on the Cowboys are extremely good with Kenny Clark and Quinnen Williams. So running up the middle might be something that we don't want to do. But I really hope we can get the run game going, the pass game. I just hope it is a complete offensive game in Dallas to really get our hopes up heading into, the last few weeks of the NFL season, heading into the playoffs. But obviously, bro, if you guys come to one of these videos and expect me to pick against the Eagles, you're drunk. I'm going to pick the Eagles every single time. Unless it's at the end of the season when I know Hurts isn't playing and everybody's not playing and someone else is trying to play. But I got to take the Eagles on the road at Dallas to get a big win and go to 9-2. I absolutely hate that I have to pick this game because on one hand, I don't trust the Falcons one bit. And on the other hand, the Saints aren't good, but they did just beat the Panthers, who I thought was a decent football team. And at this point, bro, I'm just a little confused on who to pick right here. Coming into this video, I didn't know who to pick, and here we are, and I still don't know who to pick. I don't know, bro. The Saints at home against the Falcons, Tyler Shuck against Kirk Cousins, maybe no Drake London. Honestly, bro, my gut is telling me the Falcons. But every time I pick the Falcons, they lose. So I'm going with the Saints. I'm going with the Saints. If Drake London plays, I may change my mind because Bijan's still playing, so he still have a chance to get off or whatever. But if Drake London plays this week, I might switch my pick to the Falcons. Make sure you guys, check out the comments of this video. Maybe I say something, maybe not. Or just DM me if you want to know if I'm still picking who I'm picking. But I'm going with the Saints on this one, man. I feel like they have the best chance of winning this game at home. Coming off a bye. The Falcons team has lost 5 straight. Kirk Cousins is the quarterback. Man, give me the Saints. Bucks at the Rams. This is another banger of a game. We got our Sunday Night Football NFC matchup. We've had one last week. We got one this week. The Bucks are headed out to LA. Remember the last time that Baker played in LA when he was on the Rams and he had that game-winning drive? That was lit. I don't know if that was the last time he played out here, but that's what I remember the last time him playing out here was. The Bucks, good football team. Haven't looked great the last couple of weeks. A lot of injuries starting to pile up. And I just don't think they can win this game. The Rams look too dominant, man. They beat Seattle, a team that the Bucks have beat this year in Seattle. But the Rams, bro, the Rams look good on offense. They look good on defense. Not great on offense last week because, they had 4 picks, in good field position, but they didn't really put up a whole lot of points against Seattle. But Seattle has an insane defense, so I understand why the offense wasn't there as much. The Bucks, they don't have a great offense. I expect the Rams to be able to put up a lot of points, and the Bucks are going to have to put up a lot of points too to stay in this game. And if they can do that, they can make it a game. If not, then the Rams should run away with this one and win it pretty easily on a nice Sunday Night Football in LA. Monday Night Football. I don't know if you guys caught that reference. If you did, comment a W in the chat. Thank you. Panthers at 49ers, bro. Panthers at 49ers. I can't trust the Panthers. I just can't, bro. I can't trust anybody in the NFC South, if I'm going to be honest. Can I trust the 49ers? I picked against the 49ers a lot this year. Those have been a lot of my L's going into the year. But the 49ers, Brock Purdy's back. That means George Kittle's back. Juwan Jennings is making plays. Ricky Pearsall is going to be playing. Even though that defense is pretty freaking mid right now for the Niners, they play hard. The Panthers on the road, coming off a huge win. Bryce Young's best game of his career, breaking Cam Newton's records, etc., etc., etc. I don't see the Panthers winning this game, bro. Like, I don't know. If they win this game, they're in first place, though. Like, if the Bucks lose Sunday night, they're going into this game as like, oh, we win this game, we're in first place in the division. I wouldn't count the Panthers out in this game. I think they'll keep it close. I don't think they'll get blown out. The Niners do a good job at sustaining drives and, you know, the time of possession and all that. So Bryce Young, when he gets the ball, he's going to have to put points on the board, or else this is going to be a low-scoring game, and the 49ers might win on a field goal. But with that being said, I'm taking the Niners as our final pick for Week 12 picks, baby. With all that being said, I appreciate y'all boys for watching my weekly picks once again. Make sure you guys check out my power rankings that I posted yesterday. Posted a lot of new Madden videos that I think you guys will enjoy, so make sure you guys check those out because I put a lot of effort into those. But yeah, man, we're 118 and 45. I think by the end of this week we'll be 132 and 45. So yeah, just get excited, man. We're going 14-0 this week. Obviously, like the video, comment your biggest upset of the week and your biggest lock of the week. I want to see what you guys are thinking, who you guys are picking, or just comment all your picks this week. Obviously, subscribe, put post notifications on, and I'll see you guys next week with more weekly picks. Peace out, baby. Yeah.